It's time to add color. So when you're adding color, you can make it the same color as the objects that are in your still life. Like you could keep this bowl pink as it is, or you could use colors that are make-believe and color the bowl whatever color you want. You guys are the artists, and it's really what makes you happy. So I'm going to be using crayons, but you could also use colored pencils, markers, whatever you have on hand for that color. And I want to just show you guys my examples that are also in the slides here and show you kind of how I did it. So I drew a yogurt cup, a half and half kind of carton, and then a toilet paper roll. And I chose to make these kind of the same color as I saw them. So this was yellow, so I wanted to make mine yellow. And the yogurt cup was white with a little bit of like a red and a blue logo. Toilet paper roll is obviously brown, so I kept it that way. But then in the background, I used make-believe color. My table was not green, but I chose to add a green table. And then my wall is not striped like pink and yellow, but I wanted to do that to make it more interesting. So you can kind of mix and match. And in this one, I used some kind of contrasting colors like blue and orange. When they are together, they really pop. So you can use contrasting colors like that. Okay, so I'm going to get my crayons all out, ready to go, and I'm going to draw my bowl, and I want to keep it the same color, so I'm going to start with that. And when you're coloring things that are round, try not to just color every which way. Actually try to color in the same curve that is the drawing. So because my curve line is going this way, I want my coloring to also be curved. And that actually helps your bowl or your object to look more 3D. So normally you might just kind of color every which way, but when you curve it, I promise you that your drawing will look much more realistic. You can turn your paper like I have so that it's easier on your wrist at a better angle. The curve goes this way down here, so I'm going to switch my paper around and draw it this way, color it this way. And what you want to do is look out for white spaces like this, and you don't want to color so fast that you have all these things called snowflakes. And snowflakes are just when you see the white paper shining through. Like here, like a little bit, that's okay, but you don't want it to be so much that it looks like that, right? You can still see the white of the paper. So you want to color slowly, carefully, making sure you don't have all these little white spaces, which Miss Wright calls her snowflakes. Color right here. I say you can always go over your drawing a second time like I am, just to cover up more of the snowflakes and make your coloring more solid. Who says you can't use a different color on the outside than the inside? You guys are the artists. Okay, so on this one, I do want to make it the same colors, and I'm going to make my nutrition label all blue. So I know that my label is curving this way, so my drawing or my coloring is also going to be curving this way. All of those little steps and those little tricks will help you out to make your artwork look just more 3D. I'm going to add a blue top. And maybe a red stripe going around. Always using that curve. All right, for my lemon is round this way, right? It goes like that. So I want my line, my curved yellow line, to go like this. And while I'm at it, I actually might add a few more little dots little details to my lemon to make it have more texture before I just color it. So you can kind of see better right here that you still see some snowflakes, some white paper shining through. So that's where you want to go back over and really color it nice so that you see only the color that you put down. All right, looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm ready for coloring my table, and I want to use some contrasting color, so I'm going to use, I think, blue and a red orange. And I'm not going to do the whole thing just for the sake of your time, but when you are doing the checkerboard pattern, if that's what you're doing, you want to draw or color in one square and then skip to the next. Color in one square and skip to the next. Color, skip. So you're coloring every other square in a color. Then I want to go up here and color this square that's catty corner to this one. So you can see the checkerboard pattern forming. All right, I would go down here, here. See how I'm just skipping over to create that pattern. All right, I'm gonna leave it right there, and then maybe I could take my blue and color in the remaining squares. You don't actually even have to color in all of them. You could leave some white to add in some more detail. Notice that I'm pressing my crayon down so that it's nice and bright when it gets on my paper. I don't want to color so lightly that it looks like that. We really want our color to shine through, so you need to add some more pressure. Press down, but not so hard that your crayon snaps in half. All right, you do that across there in whatever colors you want. And then up here, I'm just going to color in and pull in this magenta that I used into my triangles, like here. So you don't have to color every square inch of your paper. Like you can see on my cup, I left some of it white because I wanted it to be realistic, like my real white cup. So in a sense, you guys, you're almost creating your very own coloring sheet that you guys get to color in the end. All right, let's pretend my checkerboard pattern is totally finished and I am done. I would write my name on the back so I remember it. It's always a good idea to write the date, so October 2020. I get my parent, my mom or dad, or someone who has a phone and snap a picture of it and upload that to an email to Miss Wright, to me. So you can email it to me to submit your assignment. All right, you guys. So remember, our guiding question is, what is a still life? A still life is objects that aren't moving, they're still, things like cups and bowls. And our learning target today is I can observe and draw a found object still life. So good luck finding your objects, arranging them on your paper, drawing them, outlining them, and coloring it all to create a completed, beautiful picture of a still life. I cannot wait to see you guys'. Good luck!